Neil, it rained most all last night and into this morning until just about 12 o'clock. What change will that make?
Well, it's going to make a lot of difference on this track because the corners are concrete. You know, we deal with a lot of asphalt tracks, and you get that rubber built up in there, and that's fine. But on this concrete, it's just like real slimy, slippery when that water gets with it.
Back up front, there's Nemechek and Ernie Irvin in the Staff America, number 74.
I just saw black flag Presley's car, so that smoke must be something else.
Yeah, there it is out the rear end. You're with the leaders, 21 laps complete. There's third and fourth place, Chuck Bound and Hermie Sadler, and they have a good gap on fifth and sixth.
Nemechek jumped out there. Here's the zero car. And we'll watch it builds up as it goes down the straightaway. Gets a little bit more. Well, we might have fixed it for him. Might have been smoking for 10 laps. We'll get him on. So,
well, they pulled the black flag. So apparently, last time by, it had a plume of smoke down the backstretch, but now seems to have stopped for the moment.
Well,
he's in seventh place.
There we saw that smoke. There it is again right there.
Oops.
We fixed it immediately, but it went bad again. We thought it might be a tire rubbing, but I haven't seen anything on that right rear. What I've been seeing is the end of the straightaway. Some smoke boiling out of that thing.
Now, if Johnny Hayes were here, he'd tell us that's supposed to be a smokeless car.
Oh, yeah.
We droned.
Yeah, we'd have to listen to Hayes just a little bit now.
All right. 24 laps. There's Tracy Leslie in eighth, just behind Robert Presley in the zero car. Back up front.
Boy, I tell you what, Ernie Irvin has been all over this 87 car, Mike. I thought whenever Nemechek took that lead, he could get away. Sometimes you finally got a hit on something here. He drives away from the field, but that 74 car with Irvin in it looks like he's going to stay right there with him.
Not much separating the two leaders, just a car length or so, but they will get into some pretty good lap traffic before too long. And one of those cars is Ward Burton, who did not come up through the field, as did Grissom and Ricky Craven. There's Burton's car off turn 4. He's just then Roy Payne and then the two leaders. And look at this knot of traffic.
And you know what's really unique about Burton? Won the last race at this track. But those cars, here he is fixing to go a lap down early.
It's Rodney Combs in the Luxair Ford, the white car at the front of that group, number 1. And they are 3 wide. They go around the lap car with Tommy Houston in number 6 taking the inside on Johnny Rumley. You know, I see that 00 car, and I still think Sam Ard.
Yeah.
White car, red numbers. You expect to see Thomas Brothers Hams on the side and Sam Ard in it.
And you expect it to be leading the race.
And it would have been. Yeah, did hear many, many times. With Sam, with Brett Bodine, with all the folks that have driven that car. Rumley's giving a good ride today. Not the same car or same team.
And it's got a nice sponsor on it. Big Dog Coal Oldsmobile.
And there's Ronald Cooper, the black number 56 car, coming right up on him.
We picked up some radio. They said that Shauna Robinson car, she's radioing their car's running hot, and it's smoking really bad, and she's starting to fall back. If she's running hot this early in the race, that little V6 will not run as much time we got left without a major explosion. Well, the black flag's back out on Presley again.
Yep.
I think the crew probably bought him some time. They said, hey, we overfilled it, or we overdid this. Give us a little bit of time, but and it'll go away, but it's not going away. It's coming back on him again.
Tough break for Presley. It's been a tough week for one of the most talented drivers in this series. And you're back up with the leaders now. Now here's Nemechek coming up on race traffic in the back straightaways, pulling up on Shauna Robinson, and he's pulling up on Ward Burton. And Joe Bessie right ahead of Burton. And just in front of them, Pete Silva in the Jack Ingram car. We'll be right back to Martinsville, Virginia on TNN Live after this. TNN's exclusive coverage of the Advance Auto Parts 500 is brought to you by Napa, because there are no unimportant parts.
Well, Robert Presley has brought the zero car in. They're looking under the hood. I asked Rick Mass, the coroner, what the problem was. They still do not know. They now have it diagnosed on the right side of the engine block. It looks like it might be valve cover, but for a long, long time, they absolutely had no idea what it was.
That's his second pit stop, and he's now gone 4 laps down to the race leader. Shauna Robinson also made a pit stop, lost a lap, as they had a quick look at her Polaroid Captiva car. 39 laps complete. Joe Nemechek had led them all. Ernie Irvan getting separated a bit from the leader in traffic. There you see Nemechek. He's by himself, having finally cleared a knot of lap traffic. That's Richard Lassiter just behind him, and there's Irvan in that black and day-glow red and green car. Chuck Bound, in all that infighting, has caught the second-place car, Irvan.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, not only has he caught him, he's been working on him. Here he goes, right up on the inside. He was able, looked like Irvan's car went away a little bit last couple of laps because he's right together, but there's Chuck Bound making the pass.
Chuck Bound winless since what, Lanier 1991?
Yeah, you know, he's had some
It's a
good
long
runs.
time.
All these shows we do, Mike, you know, we see him up there a lot of times. And you're going to have days that you have a shot at it. It seems like the days he has a car that's good enough winning, they'll have some bad luck, so he needs a good run here. See, Irvan, you know, we saw the Chuck Bound got around him, but here's Irvan pulling right back up on him again.
Radford, Virginia, July 91 was Chuck's last win. His 10th career victory. He, of course, has the 1990 championship and now has second place in this race. And here Tracy Leslie moves underneath Hermie Sadler. Up comes Todd Bodine. Bodine started back in 13th, and now he's about to be a top 5 car.
You know, Chevrolets came out, they've got some new heads for the V6s are out, and they said Todd Bodine had a setup in Charlotte. I'm not sure if this engineer has them, but he runs the Chevrolet engine, and most of the guys run Buick V6s, and his Chevrolets always seem to run right there with anyone else. He might have the new stuff in the car now.
Frank Cece, his car owner, told me on the way down, on the plane coming down, they did use that engine at Charlotte. Apparently it has a different intake runner, a little higher intake port in the cylinder head of the new Chevrolet head. Johnny Rumley on pit road going pretty slowly. Tough break for the 5th qualified car. And they'll put some tires on his machine and send it back out.
Along with the fact it was like he's already out of brakes, the car and crew had just jump on him and stop it then. Here we're on Hermie Sadler.
That's Nathan Butke, the rookie, just ahead.
He's a lap down. He's trying to get around him. Looks like Nathan's going to pull the inside, give him that outside line to get by. That's kind of like saying if you won't by, walk by on the ledge.
Yeah, right. That's a good way to put it.
It's kind of slippery.
You've done a bunch of that. That's
Yeah, I tell you what, Mike, I broke my wrist here one time. A guy was being courteous. I was lapping a car going down turn 3, and he moved over, let me by, and he hit the curb and jumped out.
Oh.
And caught my left front wheel and broke my wrist on the, I think it's the 10th lap. And I had run 500 laps with a broken wrist, and I really had a new respect for this place.
Yes. Johnny Rumley and Robert Presley are back in the race. Pete Silva in the Jack Ingram car, the Kroger car, and there's the Lipton Teapot. I don't want to say that one wrong. That's Dave Rezendes out of Massachusetts.
Nemechek is just driving away from these other guys.
Yep.
But this is what causes a leader problem. You got 2 guys in front of him, and their cruisers. Oh man, look here, they got together coming off. He pulled over. The team car pulled over, going to give room to Nemechek, and they really made a lot of contact coming off turn 2. Well, I was going to say, you crews are telling you go hard as you can. You're fixing to be lapped.
Yep. Rezendes was doing just that, and then some.
Boy, coming off that corner, that was directly in front of the leaders. They made a lot of contact. Rezendes looked like he lit the tires up on that corner. You always think, once you see the leader go by, so I'm going to hang on to him. The car comes out, I'll pass him.
Right.
That doesn't always work, but you got that in your mind. If you just stick with him, you might get a break.
They're going to push Johnny Rumley's car behind the wall. He's done for the day. Here's your Napa Field standing update brought to you by Napa, because there are no unimportant parts.
Here we go. It's right back in some lap traffic again. When you're running as good as Nemechek is, you're just continuously coming up on those lap cars. And everyone you come to is going to race you as hard as anybody on the track, so they won't lose that lap.
Bobby Dotter, the DeWalt Tools car going in, and Dave Rezendes has pitted his Lipton Ford. You run about 30 laps here, and there isn't any place on the racetrack you don't have lap traffic.
Now, once they get them strung around here, you're continuously going through it. You know that they do use a pullover flag. And there's a 79 car. We saw smoke a while ago just as they went by. Oh, they're pulling some sheet metal off the fenders. When they made that contact coming off turn 2, squared those fenders up, started rubbing.
Tracy Leslie also has a tire rub on his number 72 car.
I'll tell you what, Pete Silva in that 10 car, once he saw Nemechek coming, he turned the afterburners on. He's been in front of him about 8 or 10 laps now, and look at the cars he's passing while he's doing it.
He's putting a second lap on Clay Brown, and now Richard Lassiter running behind Tim Fedowa. They go back into turn 1. Trouble for Resendiz.
Yeah, black flag's out again, so he'll be right back in. You just, and they're really strict at this particular racetrack, because you see right where he's running now, you stay down there to stay out of the way, but that's also the racing groove. If you're putting down any liquid at all, you're messing up the racing surface. So there's no way to run a lap around this place without getting directly in front of the guys that are trying to lead the race. It's
funny, this is one of the places where the groove really doesn't move up much during the race, does it?
No, you move up over there every now and then, but usually somebody shoves you over there. It's almost a have-to situation. You come up on a guy and you got to try him outside. You get pinned out there. There's different things occur, but you won't see many guys just hop out there and go. You see Nemechek, see the patience he's using here? He's got a real fast race car. These guys he's lapping, he's way quicker. Unless they pull the inside and motion him by, he's going to fight and fight and fight and try to do it on the inside. See, here he's going inside. What he's hoping is that guy will finally pull over and give him that line. If not, he's going to have to try to tiptoe by on the outside. There he goes. He's trying that inside line. The 55 chops it off.
Yep, Fedowa. You saw Pete Silva in Kroger number 10 get by Fedowa's 55.
They said the 79 car was a transmission leak. We saw the smoke out of him as he was going in. Now Nemechek's going to have to do it the hard way. He jumped out there. He got the nose up beside him. Now he's going to clear him, getting down in the corner.
Well, that NASCAR vigorously working the passing flag on Fedowa's 55. We've asked a number of the drivers in the Busch Series what their plans are for next season. We'll share some of those with you today. First, defending series champ and the race leader, Joe Nemechek.
Not sure yet on exactly what we're going to do. No final decisions have been made, but we've been talking to some teams. The Morgan McClure crew and the Kodak Delta Remy Chevrolet is going to give me another opportunity at Rockingham to drive that piece. So it's going to be some good experience for me. I don't know of a better car I can get in to get some good experience.